As the group of friends frantically rushed toward the exit, the very foundation of the Harrow house seemed to quake. Dust and debris fell from the ceiling as an otherworldly force made its presence known. The walls, once seemingly lifeless, pulsated with an eerie energy. In the midst of their escape, the group found themselves in the grand hall, where a colossal chandelier hung from the ceiling. The air crackled with an unsettling energy, and the temperature dropped to an unbearable low. The entity's voice resonated through the hall, recounting a tale of a love gone wrong, a betrayal that birthed the curse upon the Harrow family. Suddenly, the chandelier above them began to sway ominously. Panic set in as the group realized they were trapped. The walls groaned, and the haunting melody reached a crescendo. Shadows danced wildly around the room, taking on shapes that mirrored the torment of the Harrow family. In a burst of supernatural power, the chandelier crashed to the ground, narrowly missing the group. The impact sent shockwaves through the house, causing the very floor beneath them to tremble. Alex, driven by a mix of fear and determination, shouted at the entity, demanding it release them from its malevolent grasp. The entity, enraged by the intrusion, responded with a surge of dark energy that filled the hall. The group felt an oppressive force pressing down on them, threatening to consume their very souls. In a desperate plea for mercy, they pleaded with the entity, promising to never return to the accursed mansion. As quickly as the chaos had erupted, it subsided. The temperature normalized, and the spectral presence withdrew. The once quaking walls fell silent, and the oppressive atmosphere lifted. Years passed, and the events of that fateful night in the Harrow house became a haunting memory for the group of friends. They went their separate ways, each carrying the weight of the supernatural encounter in their own way. Everwood, too, settled back into a semblance of normalcy, though the legend of the Harrow house persisted. One member of the group, Sarah, couldn't shake the memories of that night. The chilling encounters and the spectral entity's voice echoed in her dreams. As Christmas approached, the pull of the Harrow house intensified, drawing her back to the town and the decaying mansion. Driven by an inexplicable compulsion, Sarah found herself standing once again at the edge of the forest that bordered the Harrow property. The moon cast an eerie glow on the dilapidated mansion, as if inviting her to unlock the secrets that lay within. The air was thick with a sense of foreboding, and the once-forgotten haunting melody whispered through the trees. This time, Sarah entered the house alone, armed with a mixture of fear and curiosity. The atmosphere inside was stagnant, and a cold breeze seemed to guide her through the familiar corridors. The rooms, frozen in time, told the tale of a family's descent into darkness. As she reached the grand hall, the memories of the chandelier crashing down flooded back. Sarah hesitated but pressed on. The entity, dormant for years, sensed her presence. Shadows began to swirl, and the temperature plummeted once more. The entity's voice, a spectral echo, reverberated through the hall, recounting the tragic story with a new level of intensity. Sarah, paralyzed with fear, listened as the entity spoke of a prophecy woven into the very fabric of the Harrow legacy. A prophecy that foretold a chosen one who would either break the curse or succumb to its malevolence. The room shook and the walls seemed to close in on Sarah. The entity demanded answers, questioning her purpose in returning. In a moment of defiance, Sarah shouted, "I'm here to end this curse, to free the Harrow family from their torment." A blinding light enveloped the room, and the haunting melody transformed into an ethereal chorus. The entity, torn between rage and curiosity, granted Sarah a vision, a glimpse into the past, revealing the root of the Harrow family's descent into darkness. As the vision unfolded, Sarah understood the sacrifice required to break the curse. The choice weighed heavily on her shoulders. The walls of the mansion pulsed with anticipation, and the entity awaited her decision, knowing that the fate of the Harrow legacy hung in the balance. Sarah, standing in the grand hall of the Harrow house, felt the weight of this revelation pressing down on her. The vision showed a tale of love, betrayal, and a desperate pursuit of power that had ensnared the Harrow family in a cycle of darkness. The entity's voice echoed, urging her to make a choice that could either break the curse or perpetuate the malevolence. The walls of the mansion seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy as Sarah grappled with the decision. The room held its breath, waiting for her to choose the path that would shape the fate of the Harrows and the town of Everwood. In a moment of clarity, Sarah made her decision. "I will break the curse," she declared with unwavering determination. The entity, acknowledging her choice, unleashed a surge of supernatural energy. Shadows recoiled, and the temperature in the room returned to normal. As Sarah stood in the now serene grand hall, the walls of the mansion seemed to exhale a sigh of relief. The haunting melody faded, replaced by an inexplicable sense of peace. The entity, its malevolence momentarily subsided, whispered words of gratitude and warning. "The path you've chosen is not without sacrifice," it murmured, its voice becoming ethereal and distant. Sarah felt a profound connection to the Harrow family, as if their spirits had been freed from the shackles of the curse. The mansion, once steeped in darkness, now radiated a subtle warmth. The walls, though weathered, held the echoes of a tumultuous past that was finally laid to rest. As Sarah exited the Harrow house, the first rays of dawn painted the sky with hues of pink and gold. The town of Everwood, unaware of the supernatural events within the mansion, woke up to a Christmas morning filled with an unusual sense of serenity. The legend of the Harrow house, once a tale of horror and tragedy, transformed into a story of redemption and the triumph of light over darkness. Sarah, forever changed by her experience, carried the weight of the Harrow legacy, but also the hope of breaking the cycle that had gripped the family for generations. And so the town of Everwood entered a new era where the chilling tales around Christmas bonfires took on a different resonance. The Harrow house, now a relic of the past, stood as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the possibility of redemption, even in the face of the most profound darkness. The legend of the Harrow house continued to cast its shadow over Everwood, a cautionary tale whispered by the townsfolk. Yet, despite the chilling warning, the allure of the forbidden lingered, ensuring that the dark secrets within the mansion would forever be a source of dread and fascination for generations to come. Subscribe and turn on notifications to be the first to witness the unfolding mysteries of Everwood.